Howdy my peeps, and welcome to this week's video. Oh my goodness. Before we get into the video, I would like to give a shout out to Gracesaurus, I hope I pronounced your name right, who is the comment of the week. Thank you so much for your comment. I really like reading y'all's comments, and if you would like to be the comment of the week, all you have to do is comment on any video. That could have been you. Oh my goodness. I'm also on Patreon, and I also have an Etsy shop, so if you want to check those out, you most certainly can. Links in the description. But anyways, it's October, and you know what that means. The art challenges are coming out of the woodworks, and they're coming for our souls. This year, I don't know. I'm kind of participating in one, and that one is Cheektober by Apple Cheeks here on YouTube and also on Instagram. And I also recently learned that she has a TikTok, which is really nice. Anyways, so that's the one that I'll be participating in, and I'm probably not going to be able to do all the days, just because of my schedule and whatnot, but I'm going to try to do what I can. But the first prompt was Apple People, and the interesting thing about that is I actually have an Apple OC. And that one there is a long story, because basically what had happened was basically I do this buffoonery here a while ago. It's like a fake movie poster, and we have, I forget what her name was, but this Apple character, her head is an actual apple. I wasn't feeling super, I don't know, silly today, so I didn't do the whole apple head thing, but I did kind of draw like an apple girl. So I don't know, the apple that I decided to go with was Granny Smith, and of course Granny Smiths are green. And hold up, I just realized something. Oh my gosh. Well, I was thinking about Granny Smith for whatever reason, just like the idea of her having green skin and blonde hair popped into my head. But now I realize why. Because of Granny Smith from My Little Pony. Oh my god, I haven't thought about that in like years. I completely forgot about that character until just now. Wow, that's why I associate Granny Smith with green skin and blonde hair, I guess, because of Granny Smith. Anyways, so there's that little nugget. You could do with that information what you will, but basically that was my idea for this, and I've been drawing this particular pose a lot lately. I'm not really sure why, but I have, so I drew it again today, and she also has a sweater because I really like drawing sweaters. I like sweaters in general. I think sweaters are really neat, and I can never get enough sweaters, and it's finally like cool enough. Cool. Let me stop. The weather is finally like cool enough for me to wear sweaters without getting like really hot in them. So that's cool. Even though I was sitting out in the heat in a full-on sweater the other day. I don't know why I was doing that, but it was too late for me to change it because I was already at work. But anyways, so yeah, that's the whole thing with this picture here. The thing I was the most excited about was coloring her afro. I don't really color blonde hair ever. I mostly just do dark brown because that's what I have. And, you know, I'm all about, you know, drawing what I see in the mirror every day. You know, I see a black person with dark hair every day. So, you know, that's what I like to draw. But, you know, it's fun to experiment every now and then. And since I guess I was inspired by Granny Smith from My Little Pony. She has a blonde afro, and I wasn't sure when I first started, like, how to make her afro seem like really fluffy. And what I ended up doing was not using any line art. And for a moment I did debate whether or not I was going to do it, and for a moment there I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do the line art. But then I was like, nah. And I'm glad I did that, because not drawing the line art for her afro really helped out with the fluffy quality of it. I just basically got one of my I used some yellows whenever I've like come across like tutorials about how to color blonde hair, I will see people talking about, oh yeah, you shouldn't use just straight yellow because blonde hair isn't actually yellow and stuff like that. But yellow was the vibe that I was going for, so I did use just straight yellow, which was, I feel like, the right choice for this. Also for her skin, like I said, I wanted to do green, and we all know now why I wanted to do that. But I just so happened to have these two very old Promarkers that I got years ago from the art store. They don't even sell these bad boys anymore. Like, this is the old branding for the Promarker. This is the Letraset Promarker. So this was before Winsor & Newton, I guess, bought out that company or whatever happened with that. And there's this, like, particular green color, and it's actually called Apple. How funny is that? Wow. And it's just, it was a color that I thought about when I went to color this, and so it's like, you know, I gotta use it because that's the exact shade of green I want to use. And I did. But one thing that was a little bit of a challenge was trying to pick a blush color, because I still wanted to do like a little blush. And what I wanted to do originally was to use like a green. And as you can see from my little swatches over there, I tried a few different colors for blush, and I ended up going with, I think, E11 in the Copic. So it's actually one of the colors that comes in their like skin tone set, but it's like a peachy, how do you call it? Like a peachy skin tint, I guess. I don't know what color that is. I actually rarely use it. However, I recently got a refill for it, because whenever I do use it, it's to like touch up my watercolors, my watercolor paintings, because sometimes I like to pair Copics with watercolors, because sometimes I feel like my watercolor color for like dark skin or medium tone skin isn't rich enough. Or if it's the character looking like they need like some, like, I don't know, ashy. If they're looking a little ashy, I'll get the E11 and I'll like warm up their skin tone a bit and bring some life to their face, you know? But I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's the color that I used for her blush. You can barely see it. I wish I had like a darker, like slightly darker, slightly warmer green that I could have used for blush, because that's really what I wanted to do, but did not have that, so wasn't able to do it. And it do be like that sometimes. I also like shaded with like a purple color, which is something I've been doing lately. I've been like experimenting with my Copics a lot lately, since, you know, I refilled a lot of them, so I have a lot more freedom with them now. I don't have to like worry about running out of ink mid-drawing, which kind of happened with one of them, the pink color that I used. But I just so happened to have a refill for that one that I bought a while ago and never opened, because it turns out I don't really use that color. But I think what had happened was I bought the two of them together thinking that I was going to use it frequently, but then I just never ended up using it, because I don't really use that color anymore. But it was perfect for this, so it's nice that Past Me went ahead and got that, even though I didn't really need it at the time, but I needed it now, so it's like, it was a wonderful decision. Anyways, I also used the purple color to kind of shade the afro a bit too, which was a bit risky, because by the time I went and used that purple color as a shadow there, like, I was already pleased with it, and I was like, you know, if I add anything, it may, you know, mess this bad boy up. But it ended up being okay, and I think the afro is my favorite thing about this entire drawing, and it was really fun to experiment with that, and I learned a lot from it, you know. Some things I can do to shade afros in the future, you know, because I really like how it looks like fluffy. I think that's really nice and really fun. And I also just kind of went a little literal with the prompt a little bit. Well, not too literal, because, I mean, well, I guess I did, because the prompt was Apple people. So I guess I did go literal. Anyway, I drew some apples in the background, which wasn't my original intention either, but I was kind of just going with the flow and just seeing where my heart took me. And it took me to apples. Anyways, so that's the end of that. This is how the drawing turned out. What happened to my language there? Anyways, that's how the drawing turned out. I hope you like it. And are you participating in any art challenges this October? If you are, let me know. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Shout out to my patrons, Turtle Bun Buns, Ariana, and Sister Donna 55. Thank you so much for being my patrons. I really appreciate you and everything that you do. Wow, oh my goodness. I'm also on Ko-fi and Instagram and other social medias, and on Etsy, and you can check me out if you like. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please enjoy the rest of your day, my peeps.